signing day football. Our football staff's worked really hard with that, and we've got a signing day Facebook show and also a reception that night in the stadium. So come check them out, come see the football guys and those kind of things. So they're excited about their recruiting class. So all is spinning well right now at MTSU, and come see us at the Murphy Center. It is February and March is right on us. And we got two teams that are going to be really a significant piece of March Madness. But see them at home in February. There's only a few home games left. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you so much, Chris. We're excited. And Mr. Phil King, do we have a full table?
Yes,
Do you want to come and share that with us with the Groundhog Day Luncheon on behalf of the Murfreesboro Rotary Club? We're excited to have everyone participate in that. So he's going to give us an update with regarding our attendance and foundation football.
Thank you. Pardon me, but I was sitting back there looking and I see all of our Zoomers here, and I had this strange deja vu moment of being on Romper Room as a kid. And remember Miss Carol, she would have the magic mirror. I see Patience, I see Melissa, I see Roy and Ray. Welcome to Rotary. I'm sorry to those of y'all visiting. It's not normally this silly, but hey, we do have a good time here. All right, for our Groundhog Day, here's our check, Gloria. We'll present that at will call tomorrow for our table. Those of you who did RSVP for the Groundhog Day luncheon, please let me know if you cannot make it. We are now having people who want to go, and we've hit our full table of 10. If I can remember, I will send out an email to those of you who did respond since last week about wanting to attend to make sure you will be there tomorrow.
We'll find room for them if they still want to.
Perfect. So if y'all want to go, y'all go. Yeah. All right, now foundation football. What time is the Groundhog Luncheon? Is it 11:30, correct? In the new Student Union building. It's up, I think, the second floor in this big, beautiful ballroom. As long as you can get upstairs on the second floor, you're not going to miss it. And if you've not been to the Student Union in the ballroom, I encourage you to go. It's a nice place. All right, for foundation football, a little bit of a recap for those of you who don't recall or might be visiting. Everybody picks a college or pro team. And for each win is $5. For each point is 10 cents. So if your team scores 10 points, that's $1. And if they win, it's $6 towards the Rotary Foundation, the International Foundation. Well, after the last 2 weekends, we're out. We're done. Kansas City was the last pro team that our participants had chosen, and they got beat by the Bengals. Their loss to the Bengals kind of made the Titans' loss to the Bengals not so bad. So we had 28 people participate. If you wanted to participate and didn't get around to letting me know, let me know. Pick your two teams if I've got the points, and we'll get you added. But for the 28 people who participated, we had 531 wins, 24,458 points, and we raised $5,100.80. Congratulations to y'all, to everybody. If you do not mind, make your check out to the Rotary Foundation. I misspoke last week. It said Rotary International. Just make your check out to Rotary Foundation. I'll take it. I'll send it in from there. Make sure you get your proper credit. Now, for the news you have all been waiting for, who came in on top with their two teams? Well, let's start with third place. And this was back and forth. Tom Wallahan came in third. His two teams were Oklahoma and Kansas City Chiefs. And Oklahoma put on a good show. He had 25 wins, 1,096 points, and he raised $234.60. Coming in second, and if you'll remember, this guy was in first for a little while. Pete Adams had Ohio State in Tampa Bay. And now he might want to rethink Tampa Bay next year when we play foundation football, because why? Oh, God, I forgot his name all of a sudden. What's his name? The quarterback. Thank you. Thank you. Now you see what my wife has to put up with this memory of mine. Pete Adams had 25 wins, but 1,178 points. And he helped raise $242.80 and tied for first. Nancy Smith and George Huddleston both chose Alabama and the Kansas City Chiefs. They had 27 wins, 1,186 points. In other words, the difference in the points and the games was 2 games and less than 10 points. That's what separated the first from the second. And George and Nancy each are contributing $253.60. So that wraps up foundation football. Now for the news of the day. This was so successful. I would like to continue. I would like to do something for college basketball for March Madness. Now here's my question to each of you. What's a good scoring method? If you have any suggestions, I am open for suggestions, but I would like to continue this for basketball. However, our winnings will stay at our foundation, not the Rotary International one. We've given them $5,000, or we will be. Now it's time to raise money for ours. So my plan, my hope, my goal is to do something in March for March Madness and in June for the College World Series. Sorry to take up so much of your time. I yield back the floor to Gloria.
Thank you so much. And we hope that you will continue to participate and support us. And as soon as we develop the brackets for the basketball competition, we'll have Bill King to announce that as well. Now, John Dietrich, let me ask you, there's only one half of the dynamic duo here. I would love to yield the mic to you at this time. So would you please come forward and invite your colleague, George? No. He might be online.
George, you there? George. Anyway, okay. I wasn't expecting to talk about UT, but I can always come up with something to talk about UT. We did beat Florida last Thursday night, 78-71. We got any Gator fans in here? Go ahead and admit it if you are. I won't call you out, I promise. All right. We lost to Texas. Any Texas fans in here? We lost to them Saturday. Wow. Any Aggies fans? We play them tonight. Well, any Kentucky fans? They're doing really well. Yeah, I knew. Well, no, you don't count. You're an Alabama fan. We're going back. We've had this conversation. You can't be that way. You got to choose a team. Anyway, basketball team's doing good. Women's basketball doing good. I can't wait to baseball. We might be able to give Georgia's team a challenge this year. We do have a bet going on. Whoever loses wears the other colors shirt. So I look forward to him in orange again.
John, can you give me tickets to the Auburn, Tennessee? Are you going?
That's a tough ticket. That's a tough ticket. I do want to go. I'll try. Me and you.
There you go.
Bruce Pearl got a ridiculous contract. Good for him.
Good for him. Good for him.
Okay, let's give John a hand. Thank you, John. Okay, at this time, I am excited to announce the growth within our club. And we had a great meeting, board meeting last Thursday at Bradley Academy. And we have the opportunity today to present 5 membership proposals. So I've already spoken to Mike Otto. He is a graduate of MTSU, and I've asked him, please, Mike, don't be offended. At this time, we're going to ask him to step out So as we present, and Frank, could you please pull the names up on the flash drive? And I will present the new membership proposals. I'm going to ask Brett and Stacy and Frank to come forward as the sponsors of our members. So I will present them to you. Andrew Farah, John Fleet, Mike Otto, Andrew Peck, and Tom Sissom. So could the sponsors please come forward? According to our bylaws, a copy of the membership proposals have been submitted to our officers, Nancy, Sergeant at Arms, as well as to Ben Bohannon. They have a copy. Pardon me?
So what is the process?
And the process is that we will publish their names this week to our club. It requires, first of all, approval by the members of the board last week. And we publish their names to the club today and give you a 7-day period to oppose their proposal for membership. If we hear no opposition, it simply means that we will strongly consider them for membership and induction into the Murfreesboro Club. So at this time, would you like to just share just a brief synopsis of your sponsor, the members you're
Yes, ma'am.
sponsoring, and then Stacy as well as Brett? Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon, Rotarians, both live and, well, you're still live, but you're not here. But we have 3 people. One is named Tom Sissom. Tom is a community servant who spent, I believe, 31 or 33 years with Murfreesboro Police Department, retired lieutenant. We also have a fellow that many of you know, especially our veterans, named Andrew Farr. Even though he spells it like Farrer Brothers, he pronounces it Farr. Andrew's with the VFW chapter of Tennessee. He's the statewide chapter and is involved in everything. The third person I have today is John Fleet. John's a young guy who is the office manager for a company called LT 360, a healthcare physician's office here in Murfreesboro, and a community servant as well. Thank you.
Andrew Peck visited with me once. We sat back at that table, but he is with Regions Mortgage. And he has been a volunteer with me at the Home Builders Association for several years now. I had to talk in front of the home builders and I referred back to Rotary, and he called me the next day and said, "Hey, tell me about Rotary." And he works just right across the street from me. He is a great guy and really, really a go-getter to get in there and help with whatever we've got going on. So that's it. Thank you.
So Mike Otto, obviously y'all saw him leave the room. I think this is his 6th meeting to join us. He's an agent at Parks, but he spent 13 years before that being a teacher. So what more noble profession, right? So please give him some consideration. If you got any questions, give me a shout.
It's on our screen. Okay, you have 5 member proposals for you to consider for the next week. If you have any feedback about any of them, please feel free to contact their sponsors as well as myself. So these are the names that have been published. And if you will please consider them seriously based upon their contribution, their commitment to contribute to our community through our Rotary Club. Are there any questions at this time? Okay, So, Mr. Gary, could you invite Mike Otto back? Okay, all right. Now, the month of February, we have designated that as this month as Sports Month. We were in great anticipation for the Titans to win that the conference championship. However, we have an exciting lineup to showcase the athletics on our campus at MTSU. And we have an amazing coach that's going to kick that off. Gary, thank you so much for what you've done this month to make that happen. And we're going to yield to you to introduce our speaker.
Thank you. Real quick plug. So this isn't the intro for Coach, but I got to tell you, if you haven't been out to see them play, it's a treat. I mean, it's a good club. Great. You all know the facility, but it's a neat team of kids. I can't even see the ball, so I don't know how. I mean, it's unbelievable. So the vibe of the kids, the vibe of you, and from an enthusiasm, energy, that type of thing. I mean, it's good stuff. So if you haven't been there, go out and check it out. It's good. So anyhow, so without further ado, so I'll go ahead and do the intro here. So Jimmy Borendame is the head men's tennis coach at Middle Tennessee State University, entering his 12th season at the helm of the program. He's a 5-time Coach of the Year award winner while at MTSU, taking the program from ranked outside of the top 125 in the nation up to 27th in the country in 2020, with numerous wins over Power 5 programs such as Indiana, Arkansas, Notre Dame, Louisville, Vanderbilt, Michigan State, and Auburn in the past few years. Jimmy was part of the team that raised the private portion of the funds for Adams Tennis indoor tennis courts, currently raising funds for the new $4.8 million on-campus tennis facility. I'm sure you'll talk about that a little bit, right? Jimmy is currently developing tennis throughout Murfreesboro with a number of various programs and activities. He and his team annually volunteer well over 300 hours a year to the community. Jimmy's a family man and married to his wife, Genevieve. I hope I pronounced that correctly. All right. And father of 2 children, Lyndon and Rocco. So please welcome Coach. Thanks for coming.
Oh, thanks for having me, Gary and John. I apologize, John, making me feel underdressed, looking so sharp, but I'm happy to say this is about as dressed up as I get. Again, thanks for having me again. I know I came a couple years ago to talk to y'all, and I hope you enjoyed it. And so I thought I'd take a little different spin on talking with y'all about the MTSU tennis program. One of the things that I've done is I've started to, and well, you're seeing more and more teams do this. Everyone's watched the Michael Jordan episode or the Chicago Bulls episodes on Netflix, The Last Dance. And so one of the things I've done is I've come up with slogans for my season and to kind of help the guys get a focus on what we're trying to do. And it's always interesting when you have an international tennis team for a number of different reasons. But this past year, it's kind of a funny story. They came up with their hashtag, and they came up and they said, let's do Super Blue. But they only wanted to, use the B on blue. So super and then the letter B. And international students didn't realize that's a word, superb. And so that became our hashtag for the season. And so I thought I'd share with you, what we kind of stand for this season and what superb means to us as a team. In the hashtag type era that we're in now. And so a little bit more about what we're about, because I could talk about all these other things that we've done and we do, but I think it's really important to know kind of our core values. And for the first time actually in 12 years, my bosses are sitting here, and I know they have outcome goals for their various programs, but I actually in 12 years have never had an outcome goal for my team before, based on results. And so for the first time, the letter S in our superb stands for seeded. And just like in the basketball tournament, we were talking about the basketball tournament, in tennis, it's a 64 team field. and the top 32 teams get seeded and they get placed strategically. And yes, we've been a strong team. We've been 27, we've been 35, we're 40, whatever, but the goal this year for the first time ever is to have an outcome goal and to be seeded. So be one of the top 32 teams in the country. So I guess I wanted to share that with you because our schedule, I appreciate Gary throwing it out there, is loaded with talent. We play 15 Power 5 teams on our schedule. And out of the 20 teams that we play this year, 17 of them are ranked in the top 75. So arguably, I don't know, Chris and Diane may arm wrestle me on this, but I have to believe that our schedule is one of the most difficult on campus. This weekend alone, we're bringing University of Louisville to town on Friday, and Notre Dame is coming to Murfreesboro for the first time ever for tennis. So moving on, United, team tennis with international players from all over the world. My focus is to try to get them to become a team. They're from different countries. And then having 5 upperclassmen and 4 freshmen. With the COVID year, it's like I've got 23 and 24-year-olds and trying to mix them with 17 and 18-year-olds, and finding ways to do that is not so easy in a very individual sport. It's not like basketball or football. And so, that's really important to me because I often spend more time with my tennis team than I do with my actual family. And my wife is not on the Zoom. So, but, the point is that, I really want to make sure that they're good people. I go out of my way to really vet each individual person, just like you are doing with your membership and whatnot, to make sure that they're the quality people that I want to spend 4 years with. So United, that's what United's all about. P is very kind of boring, but I think probably the most important one is positive. Positive attitude, is really everything, is what my coach used to say. He really didn't care about anything else, but how you approach everything you do and how you wake up in the morning and look at the different things that you have and start the day with gratitude. We're very fortunate where we live and our health and all those things, and preaching that, in my opinion, the most successful people I've ever come across with have the most positive outlook on life. Moving on, excellence in everything that we do on and off the court. Academically, we push ourselves. My players, I think we performed 3.9 GPA this past fall. So basically anyone that got a B on their report card pulled the GPA down, which is like almost unheard of. And, to another degree, excellence, I make it a priority that we spend time in the community. Gary talked about the 300 hours of community service that we do. We've actually won the ITA, which is the Intercollegiate Tennis Association Community Service Award, 9 consecutive years. It's gotten to the point where the other teams are actually, they just kind of know by default we're going to win the award. And I make that. Thank you. The next one, we're rowdy. One of the things Gary hinted on is the home match environment that we've created at the Adams Tennis Complex. It's been a team effort from Diane and Chris to the marketing effort that we have within the campus with Mr. Andrew Ottman. One of the things that goes with that is we actually hold an NCAA longest winning home streak at 33 home matches in a row. And we're hoping to continue that on Friday. But, with that, I go out of my way to kind of come up with promotions and go the extra mile. So today in the back there are some T-shirts. So please grab one from for you, your family, and represent blue around town and support the Blue Raiders. The last piece is a little bit more relative to tennis, but I think it relates to just more than that. The B stands for brave.
tennis is an extremely mental game. I mean, if you don't play and you watch on TV and you're seeing all this back and forth and running, and this guy's so physically fit. But on Sunday, the Australian Open played, and those of you that follow tennis, Rafael Nadal played 5 hours and 24 minutes of tennis and came back and won in his match to be the winningest player in history. And it's obviously an endurance game, but the bravery, the mental fortitude that it takes to be out there on the court and hash it out. I bring that up because tennis is extremely, it's the number one, actually the US Health Organization rated it as tennis is the number one. It's the most sport for stress management. Every mistake that's made is on your own, it's on your shoulders. When you play baseball and basketball, when you play football, there's 11 out there. One guy messed it up, as Titans, we could say Tannehill could have maybe messed it up for us. But in tennis, you really have nowhere to turn. And that's what really attracts us to the game, that you're the one that takes the loss or takes the win on your own. So that's together what Superb stands for us. And I guess I wanted to share that with you so you kind of know what we stand for and what we're looking to try to do with our program. And trying to turn the corner. I didn't really do a good job of how I was going to transition to talking about our team motto to this new facility that Chris and Diane and Dr. McPhee are supporting us in is the brand new Buck Bolden Championship facility on the corner of MTSU and Greenland. How many of you drive by that corner on your way to work? Who's been by it recently? Well, I'm excited to say that next year, this time, it's going to look completely different. And it's just the first phase in the giant Build Blue campaign that Chris and the athletic department and the university have put together. And it's going to be a game changer. Tennis and golf during COVID have exploded. I'm sad to say golf has actually grown more. And there's another sport that's I like to tell everyone it's a bad word. It's pickleball. But I really should embrace it because it's very similar to tennis and people can play both sports, but pickleball is number 2. And then tennis is number 3 in the growth during COVID. And because obviously those are safe sports to play and they've been so since the beginning of COVID, but we're seeing a lot of growth in those sports. And here in Murfreesboro, we're fortunate. We have the Adams Tennis Complex that has 24 courts and 8 indoor courts. And that sounds all great. And when you hear that, but when you go over to the Adams Tennis Complex and you can't get a tennis court, you'll realize that this Murfreesboro, and we've reached our capacity. And so this new facility that's coming online and to break ground this summer will be pretty much, athletics likes to say that we're the front porch of the university. Well, our new tennis center, I almost said my new tennis center, but our new tennis center will literally be the front porch to the university. I mean, that intersection on Greenland and MTSU Boulevard, it's going to have a whole new look moving forward. And yes, it'll be some dirt in the ground and shovels in the ground, and it'll look ugly for a little while, just like MTSU Boulevard did for, I don't know how long. It felt like forever for me, but 2 years, but it put about 20 years on my hairline. So, but this new project, it's a $4.8 million new tennis facility. We're actively moving forward. We're right about $4 million already raised in gift commitments, and we're trying to continue to push forward. The new courts will be 8 courts, outdoor courts with locker rooms and offices. And what's going to be really the great part about this new facility is it's going to be available for more of the tennis players to play on here in town as tennis continues to grow. It's not going to just simply be we're going to drive by and see no one out there playing. I think that's one of the key components that tennis provides to our communities is that, whereas like a basketball arena and other facilities, they can be rented out and whatnot, but tennis is fairly unique in that, the community, they can be used, constantly. And tennis has done a phenomenal job of making sure that we share our facilities with the community. So, along with this program, one of the reasons why I think it's important about this is with our community involvement, some of the programs that we do that maybe some of you have come across include things like the Rally Cats. Rally Cats is a beginner tennis program for $25. Children get to play tennis for the first time. They get 5 sessions, and they get a free racket. And we actually give them tennis balls to go ahead and play tennis on their own. It's basically a beginner starter kit, and we run that program on the courts on campus, and we'll continue to do that, as well as Aces for Autism. Aces for Autism is a tennis program for children with autism. It's been extremely successful because it's got really strict rules, obviously, in the game, and that's been a great program from our community. And last but not least, we partnered with Buddy Up. Buddy Up is a tennis program for children with Down syndrome. And so these programs have been run on campus, and they'll continue to be part of this program with the new courts. So, if someone had some interest in being part of this program, in the back, I brought one of the flyers. On Saturday, we're going to have an open house. Please, if you're thinking about and you'd like to come by and learn a little bit more, please let me know. And it's going to be at the Boulevard from 5 o'clock to 7:30. It's kind of a tough weekend because there's women's basketball, big game as well. So I don't want to steal their thunder. But if you are interested in the tennis program, please stop by, and we'll save you some shrimp and a drink. 5 to 7:30 on Saturday at the Boulevard. I brought some flyers in the back there with the t-shirt. So get yourself a flyer and a t-shirt. We are trying to ask people to RSVP if you're thinking about coming. But last but not least, I guess I'm going to throw this one little pitch, and then y'all be done with me, because I'm definitely not a professional speaker by any means. But one of the things my colleagues, and maybe I'll get Chris Massaro to put his earmuffs on for a second, is my colleagues could call me the Don King of tennis. And so I like to do. I mean, what's sad is I am growing it out. So I'll just tease. But and so I really like to think of off the wall things to try to get people to come to a tennis match for their first time. And I found that usually if you come once, then I can, like, man, that's actually, pretty interesting to see, and the excitement that the players bring, like Gary brought. And so 9 out of 10 times they end up coming back. So in one of the things is with tennis is it's free to attend. A lot of people come ask me, well, how do I get a ticket? Or it's free to attend. In fact, I go out of my way to give free things away. And so this weekend, the match, the team is 5-2 right now, which is a good start. I would like to be 7-0, but we play on Friday night against University of Louisville at 5 o'clock. I strategically play on Fridays because basketball doesn't play on Friday. So I try to get you all to do something. And like I said, it's free to come. We actually are going to give out there's going to be free nachos taco bar at the match. Boulevard, who is one of our sponsors, will be selling beer and wine at the match as well. You have to be 21. I think there's also a canned food drive. So to entice the Greeks to come out to the match, we're doing a canned food drive, and we're giving out prizes for the Greek fraternity or sorority that supports us the most. But I don't think we have any Greeks here today. But and last but not least, I've brought some business cards of my own, and I've typically what I like to do is try to entice you. If you haven't been to a tennis match, please come grab a card. On the back of my card, I put that your first drink is on Coach B, which is me. Or if you'd like to get an MT tennis shirt, you can exchange this, and I'll get you some swag, as we say. And then last but not least, on Sunday we play University of Notre Dame, and we're making it a Veterans Day match. So the team will actually be wearing camouflage, and we're going to have the ROTC come out to present the colors. and Jason's Deli will be providing free lunch on Sunday. So, if there's anything else you'd like to ask me or talk about the program or these upcoming matches, please let me know. And come, I'll put the cards with the free drink in the back. Thanks so much.
Go Blue. Thank you. I am just motivated. It makes me want to pull out my wooden tennis racket. Remember they had those brackets around it? Oh my. Coach, may I invite you up again? We have a certificate in your honor. We are going to make a donation to end polio now on your behalf. And thank you so much for all that you do. I appreciate you, Coach. Oh, yes.
Oh, you mentioned about the program for kids. I have an extra rest on it. Oh, the other day.
Yes, sir. Yes, so Rally Cats is a program with the United States Tennis Association in which they partner with universities. And for I think I said $25. So strike that. I think it's $35, and you get 5 1-hour tennis lessons, group tennis lessons with other kids. And it's run by myself or my assistant coach. And what we've done is we run it on campus. And in addition, we partner we have a ball kid program for our matches. So we try to get the children introduced to tennis. And then we also try to get them to come to a match and get to meet, what I like to say is the front best seat in the house. They literally get to sit on the court with the players. And they help us like a ball boy, like on TV, and run and go grab the balls. And we have a sponsor, and we give them shirts and things like that. And so, free food and free shirts, it's kind of hard to turn down. But yeah, please, I'll give you one of my business cards. And well, we do it outdoors. So when the weather will start to warm up, we usually start that up in March. I believe we've started to set the dates for the first round of it. It's a beginner program. So it's anywhere from, we usually like to not start till 5. We found that 4 is it's more like herding cats instead of playing tennis. But I guarantee they'll have fun. I'm kind of known for, I'm not trying to brag, but I'm known for making sure the kids have a lot of fun and get out there doing the Jimmy Shimmy and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So I really want them to have an amazing experience when they first come to the court and want to come back, but so yeah, we mix it up. Because we usually have like a Monday, Wednesday program, and then we have a Tuesday, Thursday program, but then we have makeup dates. So if you can't make one, then you can come back and stuff like that. So, but yes, sir.
On the MTSU campus, that all the outdoor courts.
Yes, sir. All outdoor courts. Yeah, we tennis is played unless it's 50 degrees or colder. We try to play outside. So my phone's actually going crazy because I told the boys we're going to play outside today, and the Jamaican thinks it's freezing outside. It wants to wear his long underwear. But, so yeah. So all outdoor course.
Can you kind of tell us, summarize quickly, because I know our time's limited, what these new facilities on the campus would mean for the MTSU tennis program?
I mean, this new one's going to be a game changer. For me, I don't want anyone to think I'm not grateful. I am very grateful. When I first got here, we had the courts on campus and they were great. And then never forget that day that MTSU bulldozer came and he spray painted the courts and pulled them away with a big dump truck. That coincided with when we got the new indoor. So we're so excited to get the new indoor tennis center. They had a tennis complex, but then they took away the outdoor. And so now you know, the stars are aligned and they'll have the new outdoor complex and the new indoor complex. And, you know, I'm going to have to raise my outcome goal, my result-oriented goals, another level. But to bring more people to campus and add more tennis courts to the community is it's going to grow the game of tennis, and if it grows the game of tennis, I think of that as basically one of my main jobs here in Murfreesboro. So, yes, sir.
Now, as we continue, Andrew, you know, the highlight of our day is to showcase all those great programs on the MTSU campus. So go blue. Next week, we've got an exciting speaker. And we thought about, let's showcase our females as well. So our speaker next week, and we're inviting you all to return, is the amazing Diane Turnham extraordinaire. So we welcome you to join us next week. And I need to make one announcement. Miss Betty has some information regarding the Rotary Club District Grant Training, which begins next week on February 8th. There is another opportunity for training February 17th, and then another one on February 19th. So once we conclude our meeting today, I would like to ask those of you that are interested in the district grant training program to join Miss Betty at this table. Now, don't stampede her. Take your time. She's got all the information that you need. So if there is no other business, let me share with you, Andrew, great magazine this month. You did an exceptional job. Yes. Brett.
Say one thing about panel build. We only have 6 shifts left to fill.
Brett, you want to come down here so they can all hear you? There's some people at home that's waiting to sign up.
So for the panel build, like I said, we only have 6 shifts left to fill. That's 6 1-hour slots. Sign up for 1, sign up for 2, sign up for all of them. No, they're kind of overlapping there, so you couldn't do that. But yes, if you haven't signed up yet, please do. Love to have you out there. And even if you don't feel like you're physically fit enough to swing a hammer, come be a cheerleader. We love those too. Thanks.
And that must be music to Randy Allen's ears. So we're looking forward to supporting you, Randy. If nothing else, let's go in love, go in peace, and go in unity.